Welcome back, everybody, to the second game of the evening. This is going to be the first of two big feature matches this weekend, where the Police Cup is happening here in WA this year. This game number one, Women's Queensland Police taking on the Women's Allied States, which is a combination of Northern Territory, Melbourne, Adelaide and Western Australia, maybe even Tasmania. I don't think any of representing as I look through the team list.
AFP as well, so
AFP.
Canberra, so...
Plenty of good talent in and around from the whole country, taking on a pretty star-studded Queensland side. And we're just going to take a quick look, because while we wait for the teams to come out, we might even go early down to Macy Simpkins. Excited for a big second Friday night clash, Macy?
Yeah, we all love doubleheaders, don't we? And what a good game to start us off with that Joondalup and Freo game before this. I think they were even catching some of the first game, the Queensland and Storm ladies, seeing some good local footy here. So, yeah, I'm excited to see. It's actually the Storm's second year being involved in this Police Cup, which is exciting to see, and especially with some local girls in there as well.
So we can look through some of the team lists. We'll flash them up on your screen, and there's plenty of family members back over east that will be looking out for a lot of these Queensland players. This is the Allied States Storm, which we'll be referring to them as tonight. The WA representatives, because we are a little bit biased here, is Anthony Grape, and the other one is Way Edwards, which one of them is coming back from a major knee reconstruction or just an ACL tear, one of the like a major knee injury nonetheless. And then all around this place we've got Victoria, NT, AFP, SA Pole. They're all represented here, Donnie, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, Victoria, you look at the spine. I think you look at any team, you look at the spine. It's Victoria Police and the AFP that sort of make up the bulk of that spine. So Jess Scatting and Hori Tipa Phillips from Victorian Police at 1 and 7. And then the AFP making the 6 and the 9 as we see the Queensland team, as you say, star-studded. There's a few teams that play in the BMD Premiership and play at some pretty high levels across Queensland. They do have a few players that don't play outside of playing for the Police as well. So it's not all against the Storm here, but you think the Queenslanders will start fairly heavy favourites.
Fairly heavy favourites will be the word of the town, but plenty of times Storm have beaten a Queensland team in their life. It's not unheard of, that's for sure. Taking a look through that Queensland list, one to look out for. Teresa Anderson in number 3, Belinda Patrick in number 5. Some very classy ball runners, that's to say for sure. Frances Wilson in 12, I've heard a little bit about. And April Aubrey, 14. I forgot the tip I got. Donnie, I got it yesterday, I believe. April Aubrey is one that's going to be a bit of an impact player, apparently. That's all they told me. That's all I can remember. But certainly one I'm watching for.
It plays for the Mackay Magpies. As apparently you see any of the Queensland players with their hair braided? It was April Aubrey that did that. So.
There you go. Maybe the hairdresser was the tip.
Queensland good. Time your run. Don't get in front.
Set and ready. Storm to kick off. Queensland Police fumbling first up, and there's going to be a good opportunity for Storm. Played on through 0. Ramedo. First touch out to Hori to Pa Phillips.
Stand up now. Lock in a marker. Hold.
Representing the Victoria Police. We'll jut these around as we can throughout the night. Strong carry through the middle. Good dynamic run from half. Trying to pick a little hole.
Well, we don't have a 24 on our list, but I'm going to assume that's Holly Massey.
I'm going to go for Holly
24.
Yes.
She was named at 9, playing at dummy half. So
if you see another 9 out there, Macy, let us know.
Let's go heads in. Lock.
Well, an early opportunity for the affiliated states after the error from the kickoff from Queensland. But unable to take it, and Queensland now, they'll look to just get through their set, you would think, after that early error. And you see the Storm, and just drop the ball, and the penalty. Well, I don't know about that. I think she just let go of the ball after the held call. Just gets one go away. No hometown decisions here.
No.
That one goes in the favour of Queensland. Unable to find touch, and well, it's took the catch and then stepped into touch. So it should be a play the ball here for Queensland rather than a tap. This might confuse people because not a lot of players know the rules.
Douglas is up in the line, wants to be a marker.
Not early. Hold when you're ready. Play it. Go.
Now we're ready to go for Queensland Police.
Stand up now.
Strong carry. Even the half of Holly Massey going in to help out. Good shuffle inside for Ryder. Couple of big runners here from this Queensland outfit.
Go.
Looking to break left. Off him here. Gave a good ball through to Bain.
Stand up 8 now. Hold. Hold.
Very slow back up though. Was Aiden Bain. Nice little show on the inside. Grace Ryder again getting involved early. Awkward pop over the top and it's been turned over. Xanthi Gray read that well. Committed to shutting down the space and dove on the ball. Good early turnover. Hard running out of the line.
That marker comes to me on the line. Pick the ball up to play it next time.
Switching in, splitting the markers. And Takara and Douglas eventually held. It's creeping up towards halfway for a while there though.
3-second marker, come back. Into square.
Massey finds space. Only one marker. Gave a good late ball.
Hands out now.
We do have confirmation from Macy. It is Massey in the 24 for the affiliated states.
It's very good work. Penalty here to the Storm.
Go.
They've been sharp to start.
Looking good, really good so far.
Oh,
Hands out,
Jesus,
play.
someone call the popo. There's been an assassination.
First of many to come tonight, Donnie. This is going to be a battle here, I think.
All good. Went behind. Passed it before she went around her.
Now this ball goes wide. It hits the deck. The affiliated states go back and clean it up.
Hands out 2. Hold. Go.
Manoni that it is that makes the tackle. Now they come towards the middle. Just looking to set up for this
Hold and release 10.
final couple of plays. It's Massey at dummy half. Takes a step out, looks to roll one in behind. It comes off legs. They'll be hoping for a restart of the tackle count. I don't know if
9 to me.
they've got the restart.
Go. 1. Get.
Now a good strong carry. Taking that one forward is Smith.
Lock in. Hold.
Slow play the ball. The player at marker just stayed on a backside. Now with Devonish.
Hold.
Nowhere for her to go. They look now to their halves, going right to the line. They've got numbers if they can use them. I think maybe knocked down by Queensland. So this, they're going to say first knock on against the Storm. And Queensland will come up with a scrum feed.
This was shaping up to be another good run by Brooke Horry, Tepper Phillips.
Well, I don't know about the first knock on off the Storm.
No.
I thought it was all Queensland hand there. So they've got away with one.
We've already had one touchy lectured about using the button tonight. We might get a second.
Let's go, Queensland. Heads in, please. Locks in.
Well, they've certainly controlled territory,
2 hands.
the affiliated states police, in the early going. Queensland, they're just trying to work their way into this. It's obviously a long trip for them.
Hands out now.
You mentioned a few locals for the Storm team.
Hold. Go.
The Queensland team just trying to find their feet at the moment.
Hands out
They
now.
just got to work out
Me on the
how
line.
this attacking
Hold.
pattern's going to go. I mean, the other team, Storm, have got players from all around the country, so there's more locality to the way they should know how to play footy together. Strong tackle by Sutterby.
Go.
The Northern Territory Police, of all places. Coming all the way down from the top of the country. Another great wrap-up tackle. Douglas has been good so far.
Try and go around, not over.
Queensland Police late in the set, kicking through.
One of 5 from the NT police there, so they're well represented.
Scatting brought to ground by Carsten.
Lock in. Go. 1.
Who's going to break the shackles first tonight?
Well, that's our local girl in grey getting at a dummy half there. So, anytime Xanthi does anything good, we'll be sure to raise the decibel levels.
The other one you're looking for is 15, Way Edwards.
Now they work down a short side. A good run there from a fella.
Hold, go.
Put down as they come back again towards the middle of the park. 40 out from the Queensland line. Fighting to a feet. Again out of dummy half, and they work down that short side, and away they go. A chance now for the affiliated states, but what about the contact? The pass comes back infield. It's still with Massey. The ball is still alive. It bounces around. It's all backwards, dived upon. Eventually by Smith, but on the final tackle, they do hand it over. Well, what about the tackle?
That was almost like a battering ram coming the opposite direction there.
Well, Tara Manane absolutely just drove into the ribs of Gardner. Simone Gardner looked like she was away. Thought, all right, I'll take on my opposite number. She's only a winger. Bang!
Queensland Police shuffle the outside hands nicely. Sammy Ofeli from the Federal Police had a good tackle there. Up on halfway. They haven't had too much of a look inside the opposition half yet, Queensland. This has been their best runner so far in Bain. Shrugs off one. Gets through a couple and then trips over the original tackler.
Well, I've got to say at the moment, the Queensland Police team, they look like they've just met.
Yeah, Overy kicking to space, a little bit deep and scatting with a nice take again.
7 now, stand up. Hold.
Couldn't evade arrest on this occasion. And going nowhere this set, Storm at the moment.
Well, some cries about the tackle there, just up over the shoulders, but I think it was all right. Referee was happy with it too. Affiliated States not so.
Remedio looks ginger on the feet.
Just got turned around a little bit there too. I thought she was going to play it backwards at one point. It's always a great moment for TV. Not one you want replayed. He's probably been the best player on the park so far. Getting out of dummy half, Ollie Massey has been a standout for the Affiliated States so far. They get to the kick. The fillet puts the kick down. And the Queenslanders with a bit of a goose step, going across field, looking to find a chink in the armour. Steps away from one, fends away from another. Now they give the pass away. Well, there's a good kick return for Queensland. Maybe that's something that will change their fortunes. Onto the front foot.
Good change of angles.
Going back through the middle is Anderson. An experienced player. Played at state and national levels since 1998. Last played for the Gillaroos in 2008. So that's reached the top of the tree to Teresa Anderson.
No whistle. What a great tackle by the player we're just talking about, Anderson. Breaks a little bit early. Referee allows play to continue. Imagine being the least experienced man of law out there. I think you know the rules. These ones know a bit better than you, mate.
Oh. Great tackle there. Sydney Story just drove through the ribs. It's now the Affiliated States. Massey at dummy half. Works to the right-hand side. Dummy and go. They've created numbers on the outside. Shrugging away from a 1, 2, 3. The pass, though, forward at the end from Gardner. They have created some opportunities on that right-hand side.
Sammy Ophelia was the one with the good run again. Looks really dynamic, ball in hand. Probably almost due arrest at this point as well, Ophelia. So need one of these others to keep stepping up. They've got plenty of ball runners and plenty of size out there tonight, Donnie, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Athletic size.
You just want to arrest everyone.
Well, no, I want to be the arrestee. Arrested, whatever, take your pick.
Well, Queensland
Oh, we need a
with
lock.
the scrum feed.
Lock in properly. Put your head in
We're
place.
still looking for
Head in,
first
put your head
points in this game
Better. Ball in.
on the LMSC scoreboard.
Break.
0-0 between the affiliated states and the Queensland Police.
Love that. 2 dummies to the same person on one inside switch.
Hold. Go. 1.
Great break from half as well here.
And
Starting
lost
to
the
be a
ball.
bit more direct. Not going to work out. Gabriel Casterton this time. Picked a good little run. The constable down at Mundabira Station in Townsville.
Can solve a Rubik's Cube, but couldn't figure that one out.
That is an interesting part of the player buy there. Can solve Rubik's Cube. Doesn't say exceptionally fast.
Just can.
Just can. Will solve.
No one else in the team can. Gabby can.
Need a lock.
Just waiting on one more to join the scrub. Storm can get it back in play.
Break.
Brooke Horry, Tepper Phillips.
Oh,
on the
Vari,
big pole.
not the best of passes from the base of the scrum, but he's cleaned up eventually.
Hold. Release it.
IFL8.
Go. 1. Come back 12. Never square.
Phillips again trying to step through off the right.
Hold. 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 Go. Good.
Massey working down the short side. Turns that one underneath. Nowhere to go for scatting.
Release there. Lock in. Hold. Go. 3. 12 again.
Massey
Come back
again.
12.
She loves the short side. She explores
Good ball.
down there again. And again, there's half a chance. Pulling through tackles towards the line. Not too far away now. The Storm right on the attack. Well, they've got to go open this time, you think. And they do. Coming back in behind the ruck goes Douglas.
Stand up.
A second effort in that tackle allowed to go.
Play that.
Well, a dribbly
Lateral
little kick.
kick.
That's play on. Getting towards the line and a try to Pascoe. The affiliated states over. Point to the spot. And the Storm strike first.
Gee, it must be a deflection off the kick, but I thought it was almost a lateral backwards kick for a second. Get a chance to look at it here. Yeah, it might even just be. It's 6 again, so it has to be a deflection, but it almost looked intentional. Shoulders were square across the ground and well finished. Storm take the lead early. Queensland Police, well, they're going to have to answer some questions soon. Interrogation brewing.
It certainly is. Well, I mean, you've got to say that the combined affiliated states, they've been the better team. They've been the better team in the opening 14 minutes of this game. They deserve first points on the board. They probably deserve to be leading by more than 4, if I'm honest. Queensland they've looked lost. They look like they don't have a game plan. They've barely been able to get out of their own half, and they can't seem to get through a set without making a mistake. I think the combined affiliated states well on top, and Queensland, as you said, plenty of questions to answer because they would have come into this game as short price favourites thinking this was going to be a walk in the park. They're finding out very quickly it ain't.
Macy Simpkins down on the sideline, avoiding the paddy wagon for now, but watching a good first half of footy.
Can I just say I'm loving the use of the police terminology.
You're the only one.
But no, it's actually a really
It's completely accidental, Macy.
it's actually a really good atmosphere down here. And the Storm men's are here in support as well as the crowd from the previous game. So, yeah, I think they've had a good preparation coming into this game, the Storm. And as you can see, locals Anthony Gray just slotted that conversion to make it 6-0 at the moment. So, yeah, awesome start.
Thank you very much, Macy. We'll be sure to keep lining them up all night for you. 6-0. It's been a great night so far here at Treeby Community Sporting Complex. Keeps growing and growing this home venue. Newest clubhouse on the calendar for the NRLWA season. Just waiting for Queensland Police back in the middle.
Kicker, can we get that more in the middle, please? Just where we're... Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Lay the law, referee.
It's more in the middle. Not right in the middle. Doesn't have to be
Just
perfect,
more.
but that's nowhere near it. just a little closer to the middle, please.
Beyond reasonable doubt that that's not in the middle.
Yeah, it's balance of probabilities of the middle.
Deep kickoff.
Well, legal terminology, the police, but we'll run with it. Let's
It
do it.
all counts. It all counts.
I'm sure there's some prosecutors out there.
Hold.
Once again, great ball movement, and the affiliated states were off like a perp. Here come the police, they've run them down, the Queenslanders.
Hold.
Well, she's been fantastic, Massey. Goes open side, scatting.
Hands out.
Chopped down quickly by Carsten. Now the affiliated states look to show some physicality. They get some physicality their own back from Anderson.
Go.
Massey showed right, goes left. Dummy go from Gray.
Stand up, not far.
Not far away. Not allowed to play the ball as quickly as she wanted to. A little bit sloppy. It comes to Massey. She's going to put the kick across field. Is there going to be a competition
Great
for the ball? There's not. And now the Queenslanders look to counter-attack straight away after taking that one. Plucked that one out of the air like a thief in the night.
Got me there. Queensland. Oh, danger.
Another mistake.
And out 9.
Should be 0. Chance for a clean getaway and stretch the lead. Oh, and the momentum breaken up by an injury in back play.
I'll tell you, Holly Massey, Sammy Affello, they've both been outstanding for the affiliated states.
It's a really good half, Holly Massey. Knows when to shift, knows when to push away from the ruck, and seem to be using her in that dual purpose on fifth, drops into first receiver so they can use the boot a bit cleaner.
We see one of the Queensland players
Going straight out the back. Might be Merrick.
Victoria Merrick.
Tackle 1.
Got off on her under her own steam, so hopefully we do see her back later in this contest. Slam down there, the affiliated states, but they're just a metre away from the line. Massey stands up, knocked down by Queensland.
Victoria Merrick, she's a call taker at Police Link. She doesn't play rugby league outside of the competition and hasn't looked out of place here for sure. Only plays for the Queensland Police. And then recently she actually has submitted her Queensland Police officer application to become a full-time field worker.
It's fantastic to see. Looking to stay within the organisation. Another opportunity though for the affiliated states here. They'll have the scrum feed, just 10 out. We'll see the way they line up. Gray looking to get into dummy half. Now it comes going across field. Dummy go! Creates the numbers, throats that one over the top and unable to be handled out on the wing. Well, it was everything but. Tipa Phillips was going over in the corner after the great sleight of hand from Holly Massey, but unable to take the catch. It remains 6-0. The combined affiliated states leading Queensland Police. 20 minutes gone.
Macy Simpkins, sideline. You still got to be enjoying this first half of action. Slide a punt in there if you can as well, please.
Oh, I'm not very good at stand-up comedy. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. I'll throw you in the back of the cell. You can stay in detention until this one's over.
High.
A little knock on or high.
High shot.
Take high. That's fine.
Need time for?
Just going to be a little bit of time off as well here.
We don't want to use them all up tonight either. We've got another game on tomorrow.
No, I'm not scared. Fresh content every day. Fresh content. I think you get the bad ones out tonight. You can then
reuse the good ones.
Yeah, you can really find out what's going to work for you later. Take a look at it on replay again. Yeah, just kind of was always wanting to pull away from the tackle contest itself. Doesn't really feel like a 6-0 game either, though, Donnie. I could very much see this being a 0-0 or even a 12-0 game, but 6-0 feels right in the middle.
Well, it does, yeah. It's
all the opportunities been CAS though.
Yeah, it's been all the affiliated states. The defence. I mean, to be fair, the defence of the Queensland team, we've got to give credit to that as well. They've been under pressure this entire half, and they've conceded one try from a lucky deflection that landed in the right place at the right time. Like, the affiliated states haven't broken down this defensive line at all, not once. So they're very well drilled defensively. They just haven't been able to complete their sets. They haven't been able to get up the other end of the field. The camera's been up one end. I don't know if it twists the other way. Hopefully it hasn't gone rusty. So now the Queenslanders, they get up towards that halfway line, bouncing players out of the way, still going. Tackled right on the halfway line. Hoffmeyer now out of dummy half, gets a chance to run after on the back of that good charge. Had the arms free, pulled out of a couple of tackles herself. Hoffmeyer, Finiasa now goes back towards the middle. Ovari puts the kick downfield. It's knocked backwards, is it? Picked up eventually by Scatting. And the affiliated states down this end of the field, really for the first time. Well, let's see what their get-out set is like. They haven't felt any pressure really in this opening 30 minutes. The opening 25 so far. Now they work down a short side, and well, I think that might have been the affiliated states coach crying no. Didn't want it to go that so close to the sideline.
18. Hold.
And doesn't really pick up too much territory. They're still inside their own 20. They're trying to work into some sort of position to put a kick downfield. So for the first time, the Queensland side really turning up the heat.
14, never square, 14, come back.
Get out of dummy half through Massey. Spins out of a couple of tackles, gets a pass away. Now they find a bit of space in the middle of the field. One more pass might have had them away. Now a flat pass and the kick from right on the 40-metre line, but it's straight down the middle.
Chance for Alana, finish out. Ragdolled to the ground by Douglas. Was Tara Munrain. Cut back inside Queensland Police. Got to do all the hard work again here now. Need to start linking up by hand through the middle parts of these sets. Just picking from half and go. Just doesn't seem to be questioning too much out of the Storm defence so far. Victoria Merrick to her feet. Outside right-hand side, Teresa Anderson. Good experience run. 31 out. Mallory Hoffmeyer sends it left. Tonia Bradford. Shove it a long way to be here tonight. More to come. Fifth and last. Slow play of the ball. Can look to go underneath and do. Spreads wide. Was there a finger on it? Probably not. And there should be a Storm ball. Only about 12 out from their own line though, so they're locked in really deep.
Gabby Carston there was looking for the sideline, wanted the sideline. They were in an attacking position, but there was no thought of an attacking kick. It was, we are tired, we've had to do a lot of defence, let's kick this out, catch our breath. Let's be quite happy to go to half-time, only 6-0 down. That was what that kick said to me. So we see the affiliated states, see if they might play with a slightly more positive attitude as the ball spews out the back. Massey stands, gets an offload as well. We're definitely seeing some positivity as Pascoe, the try scorer, put down. Slow play the ball though, very slow to her feet. Now the affiliated states rolled it over onto a side there is Smith, and another slow play the ball. They might be quite happy for half-time as well. As again the ball hits the deck, all a little bit sloppy and slow motion. Queensland, they're just slowing everything down, getting away with everything they can. Again, Massey gets a little lost, gets in behind her own player in Pascoe and just surrenders in the tackle. Well, this has been an ugly set. They'll be happy to see the end of it, the affiliated states, if they can get through without making an error.
Massey might just break and kick here. Does exactly that. Likes to fill in at first. Good kick, well received across the back.
Well, even the kick there at the end, there was a bobble before she was able to put boot to ball. It was not a pretty set, but it was a completed set.
Was a full set. 45 metres out from their own line. Or is that even halfway? Yeah, 45 metres out from their own line. Queensland Police slowly stacking this pressure on with 3.5 minutes left in the half. Aubrey to ground. Little skip pass off the base of the deck. Bain cracks through a couple. They're really keen for it out on the left-hand side. Story wants it. She's going to get shuffled out through the line. Hoffmeyer takes it through. Never really lets go of the footy. Went with the keen players, but just showed them all on the inside. Now they've got to come back out to the right, and they're all stacked up a bit tight. Kick goes through into the air. Scatting at the back. Has been clean as a fullback this evening so far. Happy to go back up through the middle. Does seem like maybe everyone thought we're playing 25-minute halves here this evening. They all look pretty gassed. Bit of jet lag coming across from the Eastern Staters. Simone Garner quickly to feet though. Had less distance to travel from the Northern Territory. They're going to flirt with danger out wide. No flag goes up though. Managed to stay in. It was a great tackle by Munrain. Able to come back into it. Crossing up towards halfway, loose. Tackle of Ovari eventually is completed. Little shove.
Well, a bit of an unnecessary shove there at the end that very well could have drawn a penalty for the affiliated states, but not forthcoming. Good strong carry from Smith. Well, she's certainly done a job. Achilles Smith. Now Scatting was hitting a hole nicely, but Patrick closed it down very quickly, and they'll hand it over. Well, it was half a chance. She got a bit of claret coming from the mouth there, Jess Scatting. I don't even know if she's aware of it yet. The mistake from Queensland. A chance to play on. Well, I don't know why everybody stopped, but eventually they get going, and that's Edwards. Now they come towards the middle with Phillips. They go wider. Afele gets wider still to Sutterby. So the affiliated states a chance to extend this lead. Dummy just held that up for Douglas. Douglas bounces it out of a couple. Loves the contact. Wants to get the ball to the ground. And has knocked it on just short. Well, some desperation defence. Pats on the back for Bain. And the Batman villain stands tall.
Probably should have just held that one closer to the chest. Commissioner Gordon somehow getting involved tonight. A long way to go with about a minute to go in this first half.
Still need a lock. All right, heads in.
Slow to get this scrum set. Just trying to point Luz Moon into a good final resting position. We're through on the first bit of contact. They all go to ground. Storm trying to keep this slow before half time. A little bit of space to move for Queensland Police. Busting through the first tackle nicely. Siren's going to sound in the background though. No time to play the ball. And so just the one try to start us off this evening, and it is the combined Allied States Police leading Queensland Police 6 points to 0. Not much to report on in terms of scoreline or action, but there's a lot to be said between the umpire and some of the players. Just getting stuck in there, Holly Macedoni.
Yeah, absolutely. She was unhappy about, it looked like one of the Queensland players perhaps striking out, but what a first half.
Just looks like two strong rugby league teams, and plenty more action to come in the second half. We'll take a short break, and we'll summarise this second half and get straight back into it right after this.
Can't wait.
Welcome back. Second half just about to get underway between the combined Allied States leading 6 points to 0 over the Queensland Police Force. And Donnie, before we get back into the second half action, why did the policeman want to become a fisherman?
Not sure, Nick. Why did the policeman want to become a fisherman?
So they could reel in the suspects. And Macy Simpkins down on the sideline. That's for you. And what's this second half got in store for us?
I was only able to get into the Storm change rooms for that halftime chat. They were pretty happy with their first half. They reckon they left a few out there, a few of those opportunities on that right edge especially. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that improvement in this second half. And for the Queensland side, as I said, I wasn't able to get in on their halftime chat, but they look pumped and ready to go here on the sideline. So we'll see how we go.
Thank you very much, Macy. Sideline, Donnie.
I'm surprised that she was able to answer that question after your fantastic joke. I just would have expected to be rolling around on the sideline with laughter, unable to answer. But well done, Macy. Professional.
I think I spoke too soon and gave him a big head on that police terminology.
I got heaps more, don't worry. We've got another doubleheader tomorrow afternoon.
God, I'm going home.
Don't worry about that. Can't detain me. Second half is underway in the meantime. Long kick-off, whistle. And an injury. Out the back.
Well, very, very early. I'm not sure what would have happened to cause the injury. I'm not sure who.
I think it's a Queensland player at least. That's about all I've got for you.
Well, we're back ready to go. All the Queenslanders offside, so they get set. And a false start to kick off the second half, and we're back underway. As the affiliated states look to move towards the middle of the park, racing up out of the line there was Carston. Created a little bit of space for a fellow who hasn't needed too much of an invitation tonight. They look to get through their first set. Does the Cass side. That one spews off the... It's a terrible kick, but they get a great result from it. Picked up. Sutterby gets the ball, another set of 6 and an opportunity to attack. Well, that's the equivalent, the rugby league equivalent of crap gets wickets. That was a terrible kick, but a result for the affiliated states as now they look to straighten, going straight through the hole, and they are over the line, and a try for Douglas. To Kieran Douglas. Well, she showed some good wheels, and they are out to a 10-0 lead, kick to come on the LMSC scoreboard.
Absolutely no stopping that run once it got started. It was full lights flashing and the traffic, well, it got out of the way real fast, straight through Douglas, and the AFP get their first try of the night.
Well, absolutely. We sort of talked a bit about the spine at the very top of this program, the 1, 6, 7, 9, and the 6 and the 9. From the AFP, they've both had a real influence on this game. But to Kieran Douglas, we've sort of noticed that she loves the contact. She's akin to a Jerea Turner over here in the West as a 5'8", a big-bodied 5'8" that loves to sort of run the ball. And that running game coming right to the fore there for the to Kieran Douglas from the AFP. Our own Xanthi Gray with the conversion attempt. Try and put them 12 up.
Looks pretty confident in the kicking motion as well. T's probably the only biggest problem. Looks set and ready there now. Just got to walk her way back and slot this one over. A 12-point margin will be really good off the back of what was a pretty locked up first half. That one's not a punt. That's just generally how the game was.
The pun police is out after you, mate. You'll be locked up for sure. That one knocked over by Gray, and 12 points to 0. Just after half time. What a start. Queensland haven't touched the ball in this second half yet.
No.
Apart from the knock-on from the awful kick.
Going to have to still defend here. No real spark coming towards the line out of Queensland as well. And need just to find someone to pick them up a little bit throughout this team list. Plenty of talented rugby league players.
Absolutely, we sort of talked about some of the talent they've got out there. I think you look to that experience. You look to players like Teresa Anderson, who's played for the Gillaroos. You look to Ayla Ovari, who's plays for the Burleigh Bears. This is high level rugby league. These are your leaders. These are the players that you want to lift you up. And Queensland need to find these players to try and get them back into this contest, because at the moment, you're in Western Australia. It is the combined affiliated states well on top, up 12 points to 0.
Good to see for Queensland as well. Victoria Merrick back out there after that injury scare in the first half. They play deep and wide out this left side. There's a good run coming up. But the RBT brought halt to the momentum. Good work out left-hand side. Douglas happy to let the hands feed. Just tending to cut back in a little bit early at the moment. The Storm. Devnish gets up, plays back in the middle of the ground for Douglas. Eventually held, but not releasing Teresa Anderson on the floor. Just wanting to slow this play down as much as possible. Wide here for a Felly, who had a great first half through 2 sets of hands. Gardner bustling through a couple more. Inside ball is good enough. And managing to get to ground, Simone Gardner. And there's a whistle just on the inside. I looked away for a second. Donnie, we got a fair strip?
I think it
or 6
was the final tackle. So hand over. Queensland ball. But again, dangerous. They go down that right-hand side. It was Macy saying that at half-time they felt like they let a few opportunities down the right go. They're feeling they've got an advantage on that side of the field, and they're going back there. They're trying to attack down that part of the field and creating more opportunities here. Queensland, though, getting the penalty. Finiasa will find touch. She's had to travel just about as far as anybody. 13 hours from the Torres Strait Island Police Liaison Officer. It's had to take a ferry, a bus, multiple plane trips to be here. 5,800 kilometres to be here tonight. So, as you say, jet lag.
It's a real factor.
You sort of joked about it in the first half, but there's a few players that have had to travel great distances to be here for this game.
Even Tonya Bradford works at the Thursday Island Water Police and has taken a ferry, multiple planes, multiple buses to get here. 5,800 kilometres. Mum of 4, if you don't mind. Still getting it done.
Well, and also I've heard if Queensland are able to win, you can be sure she will be busting out the worm on the dance floor.
Strong recommendation on her worm skills. Erin Fitzpatrick down in back play in the meantime. Not Erin Fitzpatrick, my apologies. The other 18 in Grace Ryder.
Well, she's clutching at her head, but the trainer seems to be focusing on a lower leg injury as well. So I don't know whether she's just a little bit exasperated and knows that she's done herself a serious injury.
Doesn't look all comfortable at all. Macy Simpkins sideline. What do you got for us? Either injury, play, what do you got?
I can actually see captain of the Storm, Holly Massey, having a chat with the ref. Not sure what about, but one of the players ran off saying, ref doesn't really like her apparently.
Right.
She must be making a nuisance of herself as the captain, but as you do.
Yeah, well, she had an extended chat leading into the halftime break, and I think she's got good intentions, but it does look quite aggressive in nature, the way she accuses the referee and trying to articulate a point.
I did notice when she was coming back onto the field, it looked like she had a bit of a shiner underneath her eye. So maybe she was talking about a personal incident where she'd copped a bit of a boot to the eye where one of the Queensland players had lashed out. But it looks like Ryder is, being helped from the ground, getting a bit of a round of applause. But it's definitely a leg injury. It's not a head knock as first thought. But having to get a fair bit of assistance to help her from the field. It's a slow walk towards the sideline here at the Treeby Community and Sportsplex.
And Gracie Ryder, the one going off to the sideline. Police liaison officer at Mount Isa Police Station. Plays for the Wranglers, Mount Isa. Once again, a pretty decent rugby league club. And Mount
Isa, again, one of those sort of faraway towns. A bit of a border town. The first town you come into when you're going from Northern Territory into Queensland. They breed them tough out there, so this is a very serious injury.
Well, I think it's the lack of 4X in the state that maybe has made him a bit soft. Been on the south coast and they're not loving it.
Well, we've got to play the ball here eventually. Tony Garnier. Plain clothes constable from Gladstone. Plays for the Wallabies there. One of the leaders of this team. And I don't think we're far away from a start, but
that is the sideline there. Probably fortunate. There's a second ambulance that's arrived just at the ground, so now maybe both can tag team sort out a few injuries from game 1 and 2. Breaking out the side, Hoffmere.
On the back of that, Queensland with a very good attacking opportunity. So they look to work through the middle. Going over the top of Massey there. His Story. Now they work towards his right-hand side. They go out wider. A chance. They have to step back in field as the sliding cover defence gets to Patrick. Nowhere for her to go. Anderson to dummy half. Now they look to put the kick in. Well, it was a contest there for sure, but it was a contest between two affiliated states players. And they are able to secure possession cleanly. Had an unmarked player outside on that occasion, but didn't want to force the pass inside her own 20. It's now the Cass team.
It's just a little bit of a sting out of this at the moment, Donnie. They're just slowing down the play of the ball really well at the moment, Queensland. Oh, big hit! Probably because they wanted to line up something like that.
Francis Wilson.
Another great
shot.
run.
What a second half it has been. Into Kira and Douglas. Massey out of dummy half and again gets away from the markers. Gets it out to Gray. Gray goes wider still. And a chance down the left-hand side. Well, we've talked about the right-hand side. Primrose. Got away down the left. Tackled on the final play, but they've been very happy to run it on the last.
I just don't think they feel like they're in danger of losing anything contested back the other way and happy with the metres gained. I mean, you still want to see something aerially pop over every now and then, but they're backing in the line-breaking ability of Douglas and a couple of others that are making the metres. Loose offload was good enough. Munray quickly to feet and short side, a little jabbing opportunity for Hoffmere. Tries to offload it, chop of the arms.
Good work there from Xanthi Gray, WA representative, chopping at the arms. And now the affiliated states have the ball in decent field position. Queensland side are halfway, leading 12 points to 0 already. And now charging hard and straight goes Cameron. Says, get out of my way, and the referee says they should have.
A penalty the other way.
Oh. I'm trying to work out what the signal is there.
I'd say the tugging or obstruction. That's the only way you can have your arm moving.
Maybe there was one of the Queensland players was held out of it. I'm
You're going to need
Shocked by that. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
You're going to need a full jury to convict that one, I think.
So I think the call there, guys, was she ran through with her elbow. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay. Had the bumper bars up a little bit too high.
Interesting.
And offside, called out of it. You saw her try to bail out of that tackle, but had already got involved. So the penalty goes there against Devonish. It's Queensland back-to-back penalties. Finiasa's going to tap and go. Gives it to Ackworth. Ackworth. Well, she beats a couple before running into a brick wall. I think that's Douglas again getting involved. And now it's Anderson. Anderson stands, gets away from one, and Douglas comes across and says, I will do everything if I have to. They keep working down the short side. Nowhere to go for Hoffmeyer. Anderson to dummy half. Looked like she was going to go. Gives the pass away. Shooting up out of the line. But no chance for Ackworth to get across. Now they look to go back towards the middle. It comes across to Story. That's stripped for your life in a two-person tackle. Ripped out by McClure.
That's 3 repeat offences. Looking at a little bit of time here shortly, maybe. The CAS police.
Tap and go. Hoffmeyer! Not too far away. Well, I thought she was just about to poke her head through. They get into dummy half. They look out towards the left, but they're going to dive over. And that's pretty simple stuff in the end. Queensland get across for their first points of the game.
Leading up into that try, Donnie, there's been plenty of fingerprints on the crime scene, but it was all the combined Allied states. I mean, they gave away 3 penalties in a row. They marched themselves back 30 metres and concede pretty easily under the sticks. And 6 points to 12 is probably going to be the scoreline after this kick, you'd assume.
No need for any forensic evidence there as Frances Wilson goes across for the try. She got into dummy half and looked... For your life, she was always going to go from dummy half. She sold it pretty well, looking out to the left. But I think she was always going to run from that position. And it gets over for a pretty soft, pretty simple try. She's got some great skills, Frances Wilson. Apparently can recite the alphabet backwards whilst hula hooping blindfolded. That's what we're told. We don't make this up, people. This is the information we've been given.
Can only Ron Burgundy this sometimes. You give me a teleprompter, I'll read it. Isn't that a skill, though? I mean, you can't have learned all 3 of those skills individually, then put them together. You've got to have to force yourself to learn all 3 of those at once. Hula hooping, blindfolded. Well, blindfolded's not really a skill. Just close your eyes.
Well, it's the one thing on the list that definitely sounds like it's made up. But I'm sure she's shown this skill. They're having way too much fun in the Queensland Police, and they're having some fun right now as they can kick the conversion to make this a 6-point ball game. 12-6 to the Cass over the Queensland Police on the LMSC scoreboard. Still plenty of time left in this game. It's been a real contest, but you said the combined affiliated states, they've given away a few penalties in the last few minutes. They've invited Queensland back into this game. I don't know whether that's an invitation you want to send out.
No, I can't think of anything better than that. I mean, this game has been dominated, and if you get that scoreline from 2 scores back down to 1, you don't want to see a draw here tonight, that's for sure.
There was an RSVP response there somewhere, I think, but
yeah,
missed opportunity. But
try again next time.
Well, the Queensland team now looking to go back to back. They've taken a long time to work their way into this contest, but it feels like they are into it now as the try scorer. Wilson gets the ball there, tipped out now to Carsten underneath. Queensland looking to work their way into good territory. Aubrey tackled there, casting out a dummy half, picks up some good metres. She's looking to find a front, quick play the ball, and they're on the front foot. All of a sudden they're rolling. Finiasa puts the kick downfield. It hits the deck. It sits up kindly. Well, it could have bounced anywhere. It's set up nicely for the affiliated states winger. Now they try and work it out of their own end. Well, it's been mistakes for Queensland when they're not making them. I don't know that the affiliated states has got what it takes to get out of this end.
No, they're going to have to compile here. It was a good bring in from Caitlin Primrose out back. They just got to find a way to make something out of this set here. Rudimentary to begin with.
Oh!
Straightening through the line. No way through that. Beautiful tackle, Sydney Story. Stood tall. Maybe 37 Stories there. Inside switch is nice. Of course, Story, senior constable at Mackay Northern Beaches. Plays for the Magpies. Speaks Italian. Vice skipper of this team. I mean, mozzarella. Bit of cheese on that one, maybe. Just clutching there, though. Danielle Sutterby up the right-hand side.
She's had some chances in this game, Sutterby. It hasn't quite broken it open yet.
Kicking on last. Macy goes high. Chase wasn't going to put any pressure on Prim at the back. And now Finiasa tries to weave a little hole. Not on this occasion. Held in the tackle.
The Queensland side now looking to get away from a Fele, but she's in hot pursuit. Doesn't let anybody get away from her. Now coming back in behind the ruck, and it's a Fele's been involved in every single tackle in this set so far. She hits to hurt.
Lucky to not get pinged high there as well. Just got to move on notice.
Now, Queensland coming out wide to this left-hand side. Stepping through a few goes Aubrey. Well, you had the word before the game that she was one to watch, almost showing us why there. Looking dangerous as the kick comes from Queensland. Not the best.
Good
It's
grab.
taken away goes Devonish. Devonish was off on a long run. Was chopped down before she could get going by Anderson. Now, Gray gets away from a couple. Up towards the 40-metre line. Well,
Sparks back in this one.
oh, loses the ball. Comes up without it.
Had something to say as well. Immediately he was pointing somewhere.
Just hoping, I think, more than anything else.
The referee was looking for evidence and found none.
I think Queensland will be happy with that one. Even number 19, Tiny Guinea, giving Xanthi a little head rub. Well done.
Scrum here. 40 out for the Queensland Police. Big chance to get close to levelling this one up. Little left foot jig on the inside. Wasn't going to fool McClure. Eventually Ovari up to the feet. Left-hand side the option. Good palm out of one. Straight into the chest of Sutterby. Albury. Just passed it a little bit in behind and gave a good chance for tackling. Sutterby goes 2 in a row. Starting to apply a little bit better defensive pressure at the moment. The Storm. Finiasa tries to do it as a fullback, cutting in through the line. They go right again. Favouring it heavily. Francis Wilson. Oh, awkward underneath, and looks like it's just lost control.
I think they're going to rule a knock on here against Maz Pascoe. Just got him behind the defence, the offload, and knocked it down. I was hoping they were going to call knock back, but referee said it did go forward. So I think this will be a Queensland feed.
It's going to open up another door here. Macy, maybe one more time quickly sideline. Who's that booming voice down there that I keep hearing through the sound effects?
That is Olivia Fain from the AFP Storm team. She's quite vocal and I love it.
Finiasa, step inside. Thank you, Macy. He's trying to almost shovel this one out the side. Yeah, should be lost and is. Just looked awkward underneath the ruck, and referee was right there to spot it. No magnifying glass needed for the detective.
Well, I wonder if she was trying to actually offload the ball. There was a lot of traffic.
There was intent underneath there with the arm moving, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think she should have been trying to offload the ball, but sort of got pushed backwards and thought she could create a try out the back. But coming up with the error, the affiliated states, they hold on as we have a look at the replay. The arm just getting out, trying to force it out the back, and there was way too much traffic there. I don't know whether she was losing a grip and maybe just tried to toss it out the back, but the mistake all the same.
Going to have to find a way out here. They've been stuck for about 10 minutes now in their own half. Maybe even just the early kick for luck to relieve that bit of pressure, Donny?
I'm not sure exactly how they get out of it. I'm just wondering if the dimensions of the Treeby Community Sportsplex have changed, because it feels like whoever's running that way is running downhill. There wasn't a slope there last time I was there, but maybe that's changed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
That's the uphill bit.
As it didn't hurt, producer Dave getting involved. Says the hill is definitely, they are running uphill.
Towards the primary school there. Well, a big chance now for Queensland. 6 points down. Running out of time. But can the affiliated states, can they hold on? Backs against the wall. It's Teresa Anderson. Attacks towards the line. They get out of dummy half. They go right to the line, holding it up. Still the arm is free for Hoffmeyer, but can't get it away. Eventually rolled down to the ground by Massey. Again, they go from dummy half. They dive towards the line. They get it down. It's Ayla Ovari from the Burleigh Bears. Gets across. And Queensland, well, we said that was one of the players they needed to look to, and she stood up in the big moment.
Well, there's one little bit of concern on the other side of it as well. Just trying to check. It's either Megan Cameron or maybe Takira Ann Douglas. You see just on the left side of the screen there, immediately clutches her left wrist on the way out of that contest, and it's normally when you get a little fracture off the side. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt too much, but it's actually serious damage. And if that is, in fact, Takira Ann Douglas, then that's going to probably be a big out and a testing one. Oh, the Allied States here to finish off this game. 2 points to level this one up.
Well, if you got the notes on the try scorer there, because there's some good notes on the try scorer.
Sorry, I was too concerned with the injury. Who even was it? Sorry, Donny?
Ayla Ovari.
Ayla Ovari. Let me scroll through. Have you got us, mate? Have you got us? I've got us now. First year constable, Brisbane City Station. This is fresh for me as well. Graduated 2 weeks ago. Plays for the Burleigh Bears and the Narangba Roosters. She can turn 2-minute noodles into a gourmet 5-star meal, and is also known for sending a text message to the wrong group chat. She previously has sent a bruised bosom into her boss, not the footy group chat. So a lot to know about this youngster. A lot to know about the youngster. That is.
I'm glad we got that
Ovari
on the live stream. That's fantastic.
That's good.
Conversion attempt. They lock it up. There was a bit of a fist bump there from Tani Guinea. She knocks that one over. 12 all. Well, it's a fitting scoreline right now as we see the replay of Ovari crashing over. And we do hope that there's no serious injuries for the affiliated states. Now we're hoping they can hold on for a draw. They led 12 points to 0. They kicked towards the sideline. They've kicked that one up to the crowd in the grandstand. That is not what they wanted. There is all that territory to aim for. They've missed the lot. They've missed the field.
Now you've really got to hold on for 2 full minutes. Giving yourself pretty much no chance of getting attacking footy in this game. You just got to absorb. Bradford slips out of the first, but now they get onto the back of it.
Well, that was Douglas in the tackle.
Yeah, so I think we're happy not injured her. Right-hand side will be the shape for the next couple. Playing short, shift little stint on the way to the ground. Now they fade out left-hand side, Queensland. Merrick. Not Merrick, in fact, Guineas steps inside. Set up pretty well. They've injected the pace nicely. Albury. Only 15 out. Short side, Queensland. 1 minute to go. Still got a tackle in hand. Hoffmeyer loses the ball through the tackle. And they're going to have 30 seconds once we restart play to go the whole length of the field here. The Storm, oh, there is a chance, but you'd be hoping probably for the draw at best.
Yeah, they look spent. I think the Storm. They've given everything they've got to this game. They've come into this game as heavy underdogs against the highly fancied Queensland team. They led 12-0. Queensland feel like they've been running downhill most of this second half. They have gritted their teeth. They have held on. A fantastic defensive set there. They've got just a few seconds to get through after this scrum to hold on for what would be a famous draw. Can they do something special? Is there a trick shot? Is there a speedster, a Xanthi Gray perhaps? A hometown hero, if you like? We're not even going to see another play. That is going to be full time in the end of this game. Everyone wants golden point out there. They don't want it to end. They're not willing to shake hands just yet.
Let them pack.
They want to pack the scrum. The referee shakes his head. He's bemused. He hasn't blown full time yet, I don't think, the referee.
Yeah, I think he did. I don't think
he
has
and now they shake hands and we settle.
Well, the law
settle this one with a draw.
The law fought the law and nobody won, Donny. We all had fun, but nobody won. That's a shame. Macy Simpkins will send her out in the middle, grab us an interview. I mean, you can take your pick tonight, that's for sure. That's game one, well, game two of the evening, and game one out of this live stream Police Cup that we're going to have here in WA. Tomorrow we got the men's local rugby league in the afternoon. Who we got for that one, Donny?
It's Roosters and Joondalup, I think.
Good enough for Nick, and then we'll be followed on by another police fixture. Plenty of research to do, clearly, from the whole team at LMSC on that fixture for tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I know I've definitely seen the Joondalup team list. That one got sent through to me, so it is at Fremantle, so
that's all right.
We'll be at that one. And then, of course, the same contest with the men.
And then if you've got any puns you want to send through for that police fixture tomorrow night, make sure you just get them through to the LMSC Facebook page. I'll get them on for you. Nobody stops Nick Neary, that's for sure. Looks like we're almost ready with Macy now. Just wait for her to turn her headset on.
Teresa Anderson.
And if you are ready and you can hear us, Macy, take it away.
Sorry, yep, I can hear you guys. I'm here with the captain, Greenie. How do you sum up that game?
Oh, look, there's no words. It's a shame that, both... Actually, it's a good result. Both teams played really, really well, so I can't complain with the draw.
Yeah, absolutely. And as an experienced player, how exciting is it, with the police games growing each year, with the affiliated states now in it as well?
It's really, really good. Originally, this obviously never existed. It's just expanding, and it's a shame that, it's only just two teams. Hopefully next year we get a couple more teams, because just a one-off game is pointless, honestly. But, I wish, it is expanding, and it's great. And it's exciting, we get this opportunity to play.
Yeah, awesome. And lastly, just for the commentators at home, any police puns or funny jokes you'd like to share?
My nickname they're calling me at the moment is Justin Bieber. I don't think so. Braids, yeah, and the blonde hair. But no, I appreciate all these girls. It's a great experience, and yeah, very, very proud of them.
Absolutely awesome. Safe travels home, and hopefully your men's do well tomorrow against the Storm. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no worries. Good luck, boys. You can do it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
That's a wrap down
Happy
here
as-
at Treevee Community Centre. Thank you very much, Macy and Donnie, for joining me as always. It's 12-all draw here this evening between the combined Allied States Police Force and the Queensland Police Force. They've travelled a while to be here, and as you said, they hope this competition continues to grow, because a one-off game, well, it is pointless, especially when it's a draw. There's nobody winning these games. That's
Who
a wrap.
gets the trophy?
Everyone has fun. We'll all go home. We'll catch you all tomorrow afternoon for the men's police and regular local fixtures.